Hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. And this week on the Magic Roundabout, we've got an old Dinky Toys Atlas Copco compressor, truck, van, shall I say. There you go. It's based on the Thames chassis. So as you watch this go around and have a look, I'd just like to welcome any new friends to the channel. Thanks very much for joining, and I hope you stick with it. And welcome back all the old friends of the channel, all the old guard. Thanks very much for your continued support. It's much appreciated. Okay, so that being said, let's get it off the Magic, get it on a bench and have a good look at it. Right, let's have a look at this. This is the Dinky Toys Atlas Copco. It's an air compressor. As you can see, the base is really rusty. It's got the smaller hubs on it, so I think these probably take about 12 mil, 12 or 13 mil. You've got to lift up the sides to expose the compressor inside. There and there, they put a bit of detail on that. Windscreen's good, interior's a bit floppy. I think it's missing the sponge what goes underneath there. Yep. So this will become another candidate for the fleet. A dare plant, got a lip on the front. I've already took that rivet down. I filed it down because it was a bit manky. Let's have a look then. Yeah, so that's about it really. Oh, it did come with a hose, some hose, yellow I think it was, and a man with a jackhammer. But can't get. I looked around on the usual repo people. I was looking for the remake. I think there's a company, I don't know, it was Atlas or somebody, did a remake of the old Dinky, of the Dinky Toys. And I was trying to find a new one of those, which I can pinch the man, and the hose is not a problem, it's just the man. So I shall keep looking. Right, okay. So look what's inside, shall we? Lift that off, because I've done that. Then it's just the usual getting that out of there without breaking the tab. These sometimes can be a little bit awkward, because over the years they get bent over. So we're just trying to lever that a little bit. Leave it up a little bit, hopefully. Should come out. There you go, that's out. As you can see, now that's busted there. That's rusted through there, and it's rusted through at the front, which I wasn't expecting. So I'll have to see if I can find something else now to replace that. It's got steering on the front, as you can see that curve at the front there, here. That's for the steering on it. Yeah, so it's going to go in the Rust-Oleum. Not the Rust-Oleum, the Evapor Rust. Yeah, that's where it's going to. I'll take the wheels and hubs off first, which you see me doing around the times. And then I'll chuck this whole thing in, and when it comes out I'll drill that out and see if I can find another. I've got some old scrap cars. There's bound to be one I can even if I have to cut down the ends. So that's what's going to happen with that. Yeah, that's the interior. There you go, that's the interior, pretty good. I'll just shut that in there for now. Looks like I'm going to fire the soldering iron up to get that in there. And I'll need to take this off via that rivet, because that's plastic. Them doors are plastic and that's plastic. And I don't want to stick this in the caustic soda like it is. So, good size post to drill out there, so that's nice and chunky. Okay. So I'll get the soldering iron out, and we'll get going on that. Okay, fill that out. Yeah. So we should be able to get that should just come out there now, hopefully. I'll just open the doors just to make sure. Yeah, open the doors first, pull that out. Quite a bit of detail on that engine. These are plastic, so we'll push in and then out. And out, so we'll get them all cleaned, washed up. That's all the plastic parts in there. Metal part. Right, now so look at this. I'll put that under there. Give it a tilt down a little bit so perhaps you can see what's going on. This should be hot enough by now. Hopefully it is. Shall we go on a bit? Shall we dare go on a bit closer? Oh, look at that. Now we're going in. Trying to get it so you can see it properly. Proper view. A proper pay-per-view. Right, over the rivet. There you go, job done, look at that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There it is. Out. So that will go there now. Just once sanded down a flat there. That's it. So that's the metal parts ready for stripping. Now in here, this is the, oh, let's go back out now. Yeah, this is the Rust-Oleum. Not Rust-Oleum, I keep saying Rust-Oleum, I've got it on my brain. The Evapor Rust. Now what I've done here, this is getting old now. I've used it about 6 or 7 times. I am pushing it to the limit to see how much I can get out of it before I have to replace it. I'll put the base plate and everything, including the axles and hubs in here, because the hubs are rusted on, something rotten. So I'm going to chuck it all in there, leave it 24 hours, maybe a bit longer, because it's quite old now, and we'll see how it goes. Then I can take the hubs off and clean them up separately, and the axles, and get a new spring plate. Okay, so that's that. Right, our little compressor truck chassis is out of the Evapor Rust. I've now tipped that away because I think it had enough. It's Evapor Rust no more, so I've got to put some fresh in. Yeah, I've had to cut the axles because they were, like, these are solid in here, absolutely solid in there. So I've cut the axles, got those 2 out, got these out. As you can see, they are quite bad, rusted in there. I'm not even gonna use it, the axles are too bad, so I might be get that wheel off there. I'll pull that off in a minute, keep that as a spare. What I did do, I went into the spares box and found an old mini moke, and which it had nothing on it except just the body really, and the base. So I've nicked the wheels off of that, because the same size. These are for the 12mm tire, same as a mini, but the difference between some of the minis and these, let me show you on this one. Some of the, where has it gone? Some of the minis, see that back piece that sticks out there like that extra bit on the back there? Some of the minis don't have that in. It's just a flat wheel. So I had to hunt around. I was picking them up, going, that's no good, that's no good, and I found the mini moke. Use that. So that's what I got. So these, we'll sort them out later. So now I've got to get this off here. And also while I was in the spares box, I'd root it around. It's not as wide as that, but it'll still cover the axles. It just needs the ends trimmed a little bit, just to clear the chassis. It's a little bit on the long side, so I'll just nip a bit off there. But yeah, that should be good enough. Not going to get played with or anything. So that took me a long while to sort that out. I've got some axles here, which there again will want trimming down. I had to cut the mini moke ones because they were so close I couldn't get the end to file them down or grind them down. They were so close to the axles were really short on those. So getting this out, I've got a bit of a hand wheel here, whether it'll work or not, because it's only like a bit of brass this to get this off it. I don't really want to drill it if I don't have to. Oh, hello, that's the dinner bell. If you could hear that, that's my dinner bell. Right, see if I can get this off. There they go, that's off now. I'll just push the rest of that through, hopefully. Come through there, I don't know. Yeah, it's out now. So yeah, still wants a bit more of a clean up. But that's it out, so that can go in the bin now. Right, and then we'll whack that in there. It fits in, but I might just trim a bit off. Oh, that's what I didn't think about. Oh yeah, it's all right, it clears. I was just looking to see if it cleared that piece there, and it does. And it clears the rivet hole, so that's cool. Yeah. Right, so that's where we are. So I'm going to get the wire brush, good old clean up on that. I'll give that a bit of a clean and just trim off a little bit off the end. These are the hubs because they'll want cleaning, and I'll cut the axles to length. So you just basically shove them through there. It comes straight through, that's a good, isn't it? Cut these to length. They won't want much off them, I don't think. I've got it around the right way, wouldn't it? Idiot. So yeah, I would say yeah, I want a couple of mil off. Yeah, straighten that out with a couple of mil. Yeah, that'll do it. So I need to sort that lot out then. Okay. Body's all done. Ready for painting. Done a bit of clean up around the rims and edges. And what have you. Right. Dinner time. Right, we're all ready for paint on the little thing. They're all rivets in there. Plates in there. It's just been methylated spirited. Same as that. Bit of degreasant. Once you've degreased them, try not to touch them with your fingers because you put oil back on them. Right, so that's where we're at. So we're going to get some yellow paint on here now. just going to clean these hubs up on this or same. So what you do, basically, get your axle, put it in your drill, and if you push the axle in as far as it will go, and then tighten up your chuck the right way. Now, this is for people who haven't seen it done before. Get your auto sole or whatever you're going to use. Little dab will do you. If you've got headphones on, turn them down because I'm going to do a bit of spinning. Put it on like that. All the black, turn it round. Change your bud, change your bud. And take her off, and you should have, excuse me, a nice clean hub. There you go. Look at that. So that's what we're doing here. Take them off and just go through one at a time. Right, so I'm going to carry on doing that. I'll just show you the progress so far. This is the yellows painted on here now. Okay. I've done a bit of scraping. I haven't finished it all yet. Done scraping. I've done this bit here. This doesn't normally have a chrome strip. You can, I have seen them with a plastic chrome strip over the top of there. Okay, so I've just blinged this up a little bit because I didn't like it all one, and scraped the chrome off for that. I'm going to put a black wash in there. Got the lights to do, and the red bit across there which says Thames. Okay, yeah, and apart from that, she's all good to go. And that's the compressor part there. I'm just debating whether to do that matte black on there. That's the vents, and that there's a little door that opens up there. That's where the radiator is at the back there. That little door opens up so you can get to your radiator pipes and so on and so forth. So I'm not sure whether to do that matte black or not yet. I'll think about it. So there you go. I painted the compressor black. Just got a few details to put on there. I've done the interior black as well on there. The glass is all clean, and that's the base now. So I'm going to clean these wheels up. Excuse me. Right. Okay. See what we got now. Let's move that out of the way a second. Right, details are all done. So I did decide to paint the back on there, and that's cap on the top. I didn't show you the painting the details because I've seen me do it so many times. Down the front here, done the lights, done the grille, bumpers, and I did the black rubber surround around the window. And there, door handles, back lights, indicators. These two holes here are for a pipe that you used to get with a man with a jackhammer. They're the compressor pipes, but I haven't got the pipes. Well, I can make the pipes easy enough, but I haven't got a man or I ain't got a jackhammer. So there we are with that. That's all done. It's got number plates to find. I've got the doors here. I'm not going to paint the doors in the yellow. I'm just going to leave them as in the orange. And I've got a Dare Plant sticker to put on there. Decal. I'll get my fingers on it. I can't get it in a minute. It's in the tray. There it is. That'll go on. That'll go on there. Yeah, I know it's yellow against that, but there's not a lot I can do about that. Because I find sometimes painting these can make it a little bit, especially when they get open and shut the doors, it's going to make it a little bit crap. It's a bit orangey colour, but they weren't exactly the same colour as the wagon in the first place. Or I could put it down there, but I don't really want to do that. I'll leave it on there. I finished the compressor. Just put a bit of silver here and there, put a red light on there. Did the exhaust there. Not too much. So that's all done. So I say I did all the painting, all the details, because I seen it do it before. So I'll give it a break this time. So what we're going to do, I'll put the front axle back in now. These weren't massively long axles on here, if I remember correctly, when I took them out. I had a job to get them. So what we do here now is put the hub in. Remember to go under the spring plate, not over it, like I've done before on a few occasions. Oops. On there. What I'll do here, just give it a little bit of play there, like that. That's because that's moving because of steering, obviously. I've got these to bend up yet. I've got these two little bits here to see if they'll bend without braking, shall we? Right. They don't go all the way up because it's limited for the steering. Yeah, right, so now got a little bit of play in there. So we'll put the other one on. Okay, I'll give it a bit extra play to compensate. So it should be plenty there. And then I'll get my marker pen. Yep, check the play. Got some play there. And some end float. And then we'll just mark that around like that. We'll take that off. Move that out of the way so I don't damage it. Put that back on there. Right, get me Dremel with a grinding thing on it. Switch her on. Hold it down tight. Whack that on. Get me gizmo while it's still warm. we go. Gives a bit of end play on there then. There we have it. Done. Get some tyres on that. And we can see about putting it back together. I need a bit of sponge. I need to go down the kitchen and nick my missus' washing up sponge. I need a bit of sponge to put under the interior because it was missing. That's why it was dropping down. Get some tyres, some 12mm tyres, and we should be good to go. Just took that underneath there. Yeah, we should be good to go. There you go. Let's level on there. Yeah. I might tweak that because that's a bit of an angle. I might tweak that when it's closed up. I might tweak that down without breaking it if I can, because I want to put a number plate on there. And we'll have to look at that. Yeah, let's have a look at that, see what we can do with that. See what we can do with it. Right. Okay, here we go. Got the decals on there, so we'll start off with this one first. Oh yeah, here we go. Try to get this in here. Goes that way, doesn't it? Is that it? No. That's it. That's got it. Drops down like that. It's a bit fiddly, that, getting them in there right. This one shouldn't be so bad because it ain't got what it has. So I was saying, when you're trying to do things, you should get it past that there, so it locates just in there somehow. There you go. That's got it. Well, that was a mission, wasn't it? We got an interior. I should just shove up in there, like so. These should operate, yeah. Up and done. Somehow up and down. Is that in? Yeah, should be. That's in. Oh, bollocks. I fucking broke that now. Ah. I'll fix that later. This is what happens, guys. Yeah, that's broken, isn't it? Okay. Obviously wasn't fitting in there right somehow. It must be in there. It's got to be in there right, isn't it? No, it doesn't seem to be fitting in there right for some reason or another. Okay. Let me take this out. Try and get a bit of super duper on it. Oh, what's happened there? I thought it was located in all right. because they obviously fit in there and in there and in there and in there. So why didn't that work then? Should have worked easy enough. I don't understand why it didn't work. See, that's not going back in again properly. Right, okay. I need to sort this out, find out what's going on here, why that's not sitting in there correctly. That's the way it's supposed to be, like that. Just sit like that so it swings. And this can only go one way because of that hole. And these, they don't fit in here first. So they have to go in like so. So it has to go in this hole here. In that slot there. Like so. Well, that's right there. That's got it right there. So now I've got to glue that. Okay. Back in the mo. Alrighty then, let's get this back together now. I managed to get this back on. It was a pain in the backside. It broke in 3 places. I managed to glue 2, so I can't do any more than that, unfortunately, but it does open and close. It's a little bit on the left side, but if I find another one of these somewhere, then I'll nick the doors off them. This side's all right though. That side's all right. The other side opens and shuts. I mean, I'm going to play with it, but yeah, so it's one of them things. Right, let's get this back together then, shall we? Like I said on previous, I glued the windscreen in yesterday, let it dry. You've got your scrapings, you've got everything else on it. So let's first of all go get this back on. Go get that back on. I will say one thing. When you put this back in, you've got to make sure it's pushed right down below, because otherwise it will bow it out. Or you just push it down with a screwdriver like this, get it all down. Alright, so I need to get the super duper out. And the super duper that in there. Okay. I'm trying to get it hold it around the right way. Hold that in there like that. Get that around there like that. I'm going to have to hold this for a while because I need to get this to sit in there properly and hold down. So I'm going to squeeze that together. Strain it up first, be a good idea, wouldn't it? Get that nice and straight. And hold that in there. So I'm going to hold that for a little while. Right, that's suitably dry. I put a bit of foam on the bottom of there to hold it in place. There you go. Number plates on there. Hook it in there gently. I don't want to damage it. And some more super duper. There you go. Ooh. Right, I'll give that a mojo, and then we'll get it on the magic. Oh, we'll give it a quick polish. Now she's all done. She's a roller, obviously. Steering all working. There you go. Alright, so we'll give it a quick polish with the old hard wax. It's getting a bit hard now because it's in the shed. Just a little doodle do ya on there. Bit along the front there. Bit on the side. Bit there. Bit along there. On the back there. There you go. On there. Just a tad more. There you go. Right. Put this back on there. Paste wax. Ultra Performance. Got this off from out the marina. Right. I'm just going to let that dry a second or two to go hazy, and then I'm going to polish it up. This is what we started with. A Dinky Toys Atlas Copco generator van. Or compressor van, shall I say. That's what it is. We'll have a look. See what we did with it. See if you like it. Have a look at this. Here we have it then. Dinky Toys Thames Copco compressor, mobile compressor, all repainted, cleaned up, added a few extra details to it. Yeah, it's not too bad at all, except for that side wing braking. But like I said before, every die cast has its challenges, every toy has its challenges, whether it be die cast, tin plate, clockwork, plastic, you name it. Yeah, cleaned up the windscreen. Got a bit of dust on it, I've just noticed actually, when I was polishing. Yeah. No addition to the dare plant. Yeah, if I've seen that I busted up one of these with decent doors, then I'll whip the doors out of it. Take the compressor off the back and make it into a flatbed. Or just put some sides on it. Anyway, thanks for watching. Look forward to your comments. And whatever you're doing, be happy. Hopefully you'll be lucky. And we'll see you all again next week with another restoration. Next week it's the Diecast and Scab Models Community Challenge. Any military or emergency vehicle. So we got that to do. Okay. So thanks very much for watching. Appreciate it. And we'll see you soon. Bye for now.